Amplified version of the Bible is where I'm going to be taking this text from today, if you're not familiar with that. 1 Peter chapter 4 and the 12th verse. And it reads, "Beloved, do not be surprised at the fiery ordeal which is taking place to test you. That is, to test the quality of your faith. As though something strange or unusual were happening to you." You may be seated. 1 Peter, or Peter, who was originally known as Simeon, Simon, or Cephas, is the author of this particular book. Peter was one of the first followers of Jesus Christ. He was married and lived in Capernaum on the coast of the Sea of Galilee. 1 Peter, the first letter of Apostle Peter, addresses the persecution of the Christians living in 5 regions of Asia Minor. Peter begins by calling his readers beloved, or dear friends. And you can actually feel the sincerity as Peter warns the Christians in Asia Minor not to judge God's character by the quality of their circumstances. Because Peter didn't want anyone to believe or expect that there would be only good days. Even when making God-pleasing choices. He wanted us to understand that fiery trials are allowed by God to build character and our faith. The fiery trials that you're experiencing right now, or that you may have experienced, does not mean that you have a lack of faith. Neither does it mean that God is punishing you, as Job's friend suggested when he lost everything. But there are some things in our fleshly nature that needs to be cut off. Can I talk to you this morning? There are some things that need to be refined and polished in our lives. So God will often allow unexpected difficulties to mature us with a greater dependency on Him. There is an old expression that has great significance that was birthed in the old church that goes something like this: I love the Lord. He heard my cry and pitied every groan. Long as I live and troubles rise, I will hasten to His throne. I'm going to be talking about troubles today, but my text is unexpected tests. I want you to reach over. We can touch a little bit now. I want you to reach over to the neighbor closest to you and just whisper, unexpected test. Unexpected test. From the Hebrew, unexpected is distinguished as unlooked for, unforeseen, unanticipated, and unpredicted. In other words, totally caught off guard, blindsided. One of the worst things that could happen to you if you were an athlete. Because when you're blindsided, you take the full blow because you didn't see it coming. In fact, I was taking trash out last Wednesday, my normal route around the house, when suddenly I felt a burning sensation on my ear and in the back of my head and in my back. And it dawned on me in a second that I'm being attacked by yellow jackets. Glasses went one way, trash went the other way. And I ran down in the ravine trying to save my life. Yeah, unexpected. There are many who have experienced the unexpected. Whether it's unexpected blessings or unexpected tests. The question is, why does God allow the unlooked for, the unforeseen, the unanticipated, and or unpredictable things in the life of believers? This is what I want to enlighten you on today. I want to encourage you this morning that no matter how difficult things may seem in your life, in this present moment, that God has unexpected blessings where suddenly you get the right job when you need it the most. Or suddenly you're able to pay your mortgage off. Or suddenly you're promoted on a job without the educational background. If you can endure unexpected tests, God can use them to shift things in your favor. Yes. The thing that's often so misunderstood about unexpected blessings is that they don't happen just because you make a wish. But God only endorses unexpected blessings when there is a crisis in an individual's life. Whether it be mentally, physically, financially, or spiritually. So yes, God wants to bless you and He wants to bless you unexpectedly. But you must understand, watch this, that you will also experience some unexpected trials. And some more severe than others. Yeah. Elder Dylan H. Oak explains, adversity will be a constant or occasional companion for each of us throughout our life. We cannot avoid it. The question is, how will you react to it? Will our adversities be stumbling blocks? Or will our adversities be stepping stones? One of the major challenges for Christians is not what you deserve, but rather what you don't deserve. What you shouldn't have to go through, or what you ain't gonna put up with. You ever said that to yourself? Why am I going through this? Should it have been me? Your faith doesn't improve by what you expect. Your faith becomes more potent by the unexpected tests that you willingly endure. 2 Corinthians 4:17 says, for our light afflictions, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. So your glory is measured by the trials and the tests that you overcome. It deals with resistance. The moment you enter into a gym, every machine that you see builds a certain muscle by resistance. The bench press builds the chest by resistance. The squat builds the legs by resistance. Everything about life involves a test, meaning nothing is exempt from testing. That's why God said, put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. And when you put on the whole armor of God, the unexpected tests won't have such an impact on you. Houses are not built to dodge, duck, or run from the element of nature. Houses are built to weather the storm. And if God be for us, he's more than the whole world against us. And when the enemy comes in like a flood, meaning he will come, God will lift up a standard against him. So when tests come, do me a favor and focus on the promises of God instead of explanations. And the fact of the matter is that our faith is not really tested until God asks us to do what seems unmeasurable. Bear what seems unbearable. And expect what seems impossible. It was unmeasurable and unexpected when God requested Abraham to kill Isaac, the promised child. But what's so mind-boggling is when God sends a trial, he doesn't always attach an explanation. It's our carnal nature that wonders why. It wants an explanation. But God has something in store for you. Abraham's obedience was not based on his understanding or his feelings about why God asked him to sacrifice, watch this, his child, but it was upon his faith and trust in God, the reason why there was a ram in the bush. Right. Unexpected tests are not designed or allowed by God so that you will like them. They're not allowed by God so your friends will say, that's okay that you went through that. They're not allowed by God so you can understand them. They are specifically and purposefully allowed by God to build your faith in an area that you have not been tested. You don't go to the gym and one work, one party about it every time you go. Neither does God give you one trial that you like every time you wake up. Why? Because he wants you to be well-rounded. Not just able to deal with one spiritual attack, but every spiritual attack. Yes. As a student, in most cases, and I mean in most cases, the teacher will give you notes and review to let you know what to expect on a test throughout the semester to prepare you for final exams. But to challenge you to see if you were a responsible student, one that took time outside of the classroom to actually read through the course material that it took to pass the test, they would often give you what's called a pop-up quiz. Anybody ever had a pop-up quiz? Yeah. A pop-up quiz is an unexpected test that's designed to prepare you for a final exam. Pop-up quiz. You're in the office and your CEO has everybody sitting around the table and he's giving his little speech, and your title is supervisor. He looks at you as supervisor and say, I need a cup of coffee. Go down to 7-Eleven, 2 blocks away, get everybody a cup of coffee. And you wonder, you know how mine does sometimes. Why is he asking me for a cup of coffee? All the folks out there could have got a cup of coffee. What stands between you and a promotion is a cup of coffee and 7-Eleven. And all he wants you to do is do that. And everybody's looking at you like, please do it. Just go, just go. And you're not even registering that this unexpected test, menial as it is, has promotion on it. Pop-up quiz. Young people, mom says wash the dishes and vacuum the floor. You know how young people do. It's Bobby's time. I did it last week. You have no clue that what stands between you and an increase on your allowance is wash the dishes and vacuum the floor. Pop-up quiz. Seniors. Mom says me and Pop gonna go on a 2-day outing. I want you to clean the house from top to bottom. This time you're allowed to go in my room. Don't take nothing out, though. I want the house cleaned from top to bottom, and I want the lawn mowed. You have no clue. You're mumbling. You have no clue that what stands between you and a 2022 vehicle is a clean house and a mowed lawn. Pop-up quiz. There are many believers and unbelievers who know about the promises of God and even how to obtain some of those promises based on some basic principles. Given, it shall be given unto you. But the average believer is often surprised when strange and unexpected things occur in their life. And it's often very difficult to consider truthfully that bad things happen to good people. My son shouldn't have got shot. He was a straight A student. Why did the bullet catch him? Why was my child born still? Farmhouse and Blooms, a personal owned business, on April the 2nd, 2021, stated that growing young rose seedlings can take up to 3 years before you see your first blossom. 3 years. It takes time to give birth to beautiful things. And it's often the unexpected circumstances and mayhem in our life that defines the awesomeness of the thing. No woman just have a baby, goes and conceive the baby, the next day have it. This woman goes through unexpected hungers where she's hungry for stuff that she's never ate before. Pickles and bologna. Pickles and peanut butter. Pickles and ice cream. Pickles and everything. Just everything. Unexperienced pain. One day she might be feeling good and all of a sudden she's paining and hurting all day, thinking she's an unexpected. But we serve a God who gets glory out of unexpected adversities that happens in our life. And that's the only way he can get glory. 1 Corinthians 1:27 through 29 says, but God has selected for his purpose the foolish things of the world to shame the wise, revealing their ignorance. And God has selected for his purpose the weak things of the world to shame the things which are strong, revealing their frailty. God has selected for his purpose the insignificant base things of the world and the things that are despised and treated with contempt, even the things that are nothing, so that he might reduce to nothing the things that are, so that no one may be able to boast in the presence of God. God's going to get some glory out of this. Just shout that in the air. God's going to get some glory out of this. In the life of Job, Joseph, God allowed him to see in a dream what to expect for his purpose. In a dream, Joseph has 11 bundles of grain, each representing one of his brothers, bowed to his bundle. In another dream, Joseph has the sun representing his father, the moon, his mother, and 11 stars all bowed to him. These were the things that Joseph expected, because God let him have a peep at it. But a few things that he didn't expect was when his brothers threw him in the pit. It was unexpected for Joseph when he was sold into slavery. It was unexpected for Joseph when Potiphar's wife accused him for something that he knew he didn't do. It was unexpected for Joseph to be in prison for something that he knew he didn't do, but yet he didn't make a voice about it. He sat still. And sometimes when an accusation rests over your head, it takes God to deliver you. But it's a setup though. It's a setup. But there was a gift called uncommon favor, hidden in the unexpected experience in Joseph's life, that catapulted him as the second greatest in all the land of Egypt. As I come to a close, I want you to know that unexpected tests were not allowed by God to destroy you. Everyone thought, because of the unexpected losses in the life of Job, that he had missed God. Job loses everything suddenly and unexpectedly in 24 hours. Suddenly and unexpectedly, Job, a good man, loses his flocks. Suddenly and unexpectedly, Job, a good man, loses his children. I know you may thought you didn't have to experience that because you were a good person. I know you may thought you didn't have to experience that because you paid your tithes. But Job, a good man, loses his wife suddenly and unexpectedly. Job loses his home, and all of Job's friends turn their backs on him. But because Job was willing to endure the unexpected loss of everything with dignity and without murmuring, God blessed Job with more than he ever had in his life. I want you to understand, my brothers and sisters, that the unexpected tests that were allowed by God in your life, they were not allowed to destroy. The unexpected tests in your life, even that was unexpected. But the unexpected tests were not allowed by God to kill you. They were allowed by God to shift you. You didn't know that you couldn't stay in that place your whole life. When you were in the 3rd grade, it took a test for you to go to the 4th grade. So those unexpected tests that God allowed in your life was to protect you. Sometimes God will pull you from one place and put you in another place, not to destroy you, but to protect you. The unexpected tests were not allowed by God to inflict you, set you back. The unexpected tests were allowed by God to set you in a place called uncommon favor. And the reason why he did it unexpectedly, he wanted you to know that if it had not been for the Lord on my side, I don't know where I would be. Said I wasn't going to tell nobody, but I just couldn't keep it to myself. I remember walking on the school campus, and I heard one of my teachers say, that one right there ain't gonna be nothing. But I wish my teacher could hear me now. I wish she could see what the God has done in my life. When I think of the goodness of Jesus and all he's done for me, my soul cries out, hallelujah, hallelujah. Have he been good to you? I said, have he been good to you? You may not wanted that test. You may not expected that test. But that test meant graduation. That test meant God saw in you what you didn't see in yourself. So every time a test comes, don't lock yourself in by complaining. You will wander around for 40 years as long as you complain. But the moment you say, God, let your will be done, you'll walk right on into the promised land. You'll walk right on into your promotion. You'll walk right on into your blessing. Even when sickness is ravaging in your body, if you make up your mind, I can do all things through Christ that strengtheneth me. God has a plan for you. God has a way for you. God has a door for you. God has a miracle for you. But it's all hidden in something unexpected. It's all hidden in something unexpected. What do you mean, Pastor David? The gift of who you can become pivots on how you handle unexpected things. Put your hand together. Hallelujah.
Mighty. What a powerful word for such a time as this. And David came all the way from Missouri to hang out with his uncle to share a word for such a... See, God knows exactly what we need, when we need it, how we need it, and he delivers it right on time. And for that, we are eternally grateful. At this time, we will extend the invitation of Christian discipleship. If you've been challenged by the word, we now extend that invitation to you. You may come as a candidate of baptism. You may come with a letter of recommendation, or you may come under Christian experience. Jesus said, I stand at the door and knock. He's knocking on the doors of our heart. The question is, will you allow him to enter into a covenant agreement with you so that you can feel his eternal power growing inside of you, developing you and empowering you in such a way that you will fulfill your eternal destiny as we march towards the kingdom. And so if the Lord has spoken to your heart today, and you've been touched in any kind of way, we now extend an invitation